So sister, you want a baby gender reveal? You've got it. If your family and or friends have pressured you into a gender reveal that you really don't have the time or energy to pull together, try this. My wife and I cut pieces of blue and pink paper into a mason jar and then removed one blue piece so there was exactly one more piece of pink than blue. All the family had to do was simply determine which colour had more pieces. We presented it to my family and sat back as we watched them sort them all. Great fun. Word of caution, the number of pieces add up fast. I used 3 8.5 by 11 pieces of pink and blue paper each, cut into roughly 1.5 inch squares, add up to 2,244 pieces. Took 4 people about 30 minutes to get through it all. Dramatic build-up was real. Enjoy. There's a charge for using my card. Okay, watch me use a loophole to get what I want. Today, as you guys probably know, is Black Friday. I purchased a Nintendo DSi and I'm pretty happy about it. However, it didn't come with a stylus. No matter, I thought, I can pick one up at Shop 1. As they're 99p there. I've seen them. Also, I'll use my debit card to pay as I've got no cash on me and it was fine when I bought a £1.99 CD a few weeks ago. So I go up to the desk and ask for a stylus and they say 99p. I take out my card and the guy behind the counter says in a snooty tone, "We can't accept card payments under £10. You'll have to go somewhere else or buy something to increase your total." I know for a fact that he was bullshitting me because my friend used to work there and he said that employees make more money if they sell old stock, such as old games, etc. So I settle on Mortal Kombat X. As I know exactly what to do, I buy it and the stylus and go on my bike around the block and go sit on the bench for about 15 minutes. I then return to Shop 1 and say to the same snooty guy who looked confused as fuck, "I've just been to Shop 2 for Black Friday deals and I've just got Mortal Kombat 11 and so I don't need Mortal Kombat X anymore. Could I get a refund?" The employee looks at me confused and gives me a look of "Are you freaking kidding me?" and says, "Okay, I need your card I guess." I then had the £11 from Mortal Kombat X put back on my card. Normally I wouldn't give a crap, but this guy was really snooty and tried to make me spend more money than I had to do so. So I exposed a loophole in his place of work. I have to sign a new contract to get the promotional rate. Sign me up. This story is a bit dated. In 2001, I got my first cell phone from AT&T, so I could add an international calling plan to speak to my girlfriend, who was living overseas at the time, every day at a reasonable price. I got unlimited calls and texts for $40 a month, with the international plan for an extra $15 a month, and a new Nokia phone. Life went on without incident until one day in 2003, I got a monthly bill from AT&T for $1,300 instead of my normal $55. I called them immediately to find out what was going on. That's when I was informed that my $55 a month deal was a special promotion associated with my contract, and now that my 2-year contract had expired, I was paying the base rate again. Notably, they provided me no advance notice of the change. They offered to re-sign me up for the 2-year contract and retroactively apply it to my $1,300 bill, so it would go back to $55. I was pissed, but I was forced to agree to their new contracts because I couldn't pay $1,300. Once the bill was changed and paid, however, I called back up and cancelled the contract and paid the $100 early cancellation fee, thereby saving $1,150 and ridding myself of any association with those jerks. I spent the next 5 years actively lobbying all my friends and family to drop AT&T and all its affiliates for home, mobile and TV services. Can't be happy enough with a regular paying customer unless they've signed away their soul to you via contract. F that. Welcome aboard, new customer. My house insurance came up for renewal last week, and they sent me a letter saying it would auto-renew at some ridiculous inflated price. So as usual, I hit the price comparison website and did some research. After about half an hour of searching them all, I found a decent deal. It was the same price as my renewal, but with £50 cash back. Oh, it's with the same insurer I'm currently using. I set up the quote, saved it, and then phoned them to ask them to simply renew at the quote minus cashback rate, i.e. £150 instead of £200, to save all the fuss. The operator told me it wasn't possible. I said okay, then give me the policy with the cashback, £200, and send me the £50 cashback. I was told then that I don't qualify for the cashback as it's for new customers only. They then asked me if I'd like to just renew at the rate on my renewal letter. Instead I said no, I'd like to cancel the renewal of the policy completely. I was given a stern warning that I wouldn't be covered anymore if I did this, and that my policy would last until midnight. I agreed. I was then informed it was all done, and I would receive the details of the termination by email. Is there anything else I can help you with? Usual sign-off message of call centre operators everywhere. Well, there is one thing. I'd like to take out a new policy with you. I have a quote here. Oh. A week later, I received my cash back by cheque. A few days after my new customer welcome pack. Wanted the cheapest battery, but not that one. So I work at a car parts store. A customer came in, and after we exchanged greetings, he told me to get him the cheapest battery we had. I asked him what his car was. He told me that it didn't matter what car he had. He said I needed to get him the cheapest battery we had. And all I had to do it because he was the customer, and the customer is always right. My brain immediately went to compliance mode, so I walked over to the battery rack, grabbed a small battery used to power hearing aids and scanned it. The customer then complained that he couldn't start his car with that. I reminded him he asked for the cheapest battery he had, and this battery was a whole $3. He demanded to see my manager. Luckily enough for me, my manager was sitting a counter over, listening the whole time. So I turned to my manager, let him know I needed him, and he told the guy I complied with his request. He then said if the customer wanted a car battery, we need to know his vehicle. The customer just stormed out in a huff. Me and my manager shared a laugh. We're pretty sure he wanted to cause damage to his car so he could attempt to get money out of the store. In the end, he was just a big joke. My high school dress code sucked. When I moved to a new high school, I read their dress code because my old one didn't have one, and I was not trying to get dress coded. One of my teachers pulled me aside one day and told me to go to the office because I was breaking dress code. I knew I wasn't, so I asked her what was wrong. She said something about my bra showing in the back. I went to the office and I was trying to fight them on it because I know the dress code didn't say anything about that, but they wouldn't budge on it. They were determined to force me to walk around in a giant ugly neon shirt all day. I asked them if I could go to the bathroom, so I just went and took off my bra and put it in my backpack. Then when I came back out, I was like, there, my bra isn't showing anymore. Where to slap? So this takes place Thanksgiving night after dinner. It's not my malicious compliance, but my son's. To keep it true to the rules, I'm writing from his perspective. I, 9, was playing a slaps game with Grandpa. He would lay his hand there and beckon for me to slap it, but would pull it away before I could. This went on for a long time, and my hands are starting to get sore. Then something magical happens. He tells me that if I bring him a candy, he will let me slap him. I hurry over and fetch a candy to bring him, but when I get back, he doesn't appear to be putting his hand down for me to slap. I try for his hand while it's up, but he yanks it away before I can get it, saying that he didn't tell me when I could slap him. Mum was in the kitchen still cleaning dishes, so I turned to her, completely baffled by this. Then she says the magic words. He also didn't tell you where you could slap him. Without missing a beat, I slapped him as hard as I could on his face and turned back around to beam my pride at Mum for a job well done. That's fantastic. That's great. Dress code violation. Fine, I'll just take off more clothes. I was inspired by the previous post and wanted to write my experience. In middle school, we had a strict dress code for girls. It was a public school as well. One of the rules was that you couldn't wear an off-the-shoulder shirt. Another was that straps on shirts had to be at least an inch thick, lest the boys go crazy for our sexy shoulders. My parents didn't care about how I dressed, but they made sure it was appropriate in every way, shape and form. By that I mean that as long as I was modest and followed rules, I could dress myself. One day I went to school wearing a shirt that had a wide neckline and would often slip off to one shoulder. I was aware of this, so I wore a tank top with inch-thick straps underneath. I even colour coordinated to make it all pretty. Anyway, I'm sure many of you can see where this is going. I made it through half my day, but at lunch security came over and started yelling at me. I was in 7th grade and new to the school and did not handle disapproval well, so I started to freak out. They told me that I was in dress code violation for my off-the-shoulder shirt. Mind you, it wasn't intentional, it would just slide. And my parents would be called and I'd be forced to wear my PE shirt for the rest of the day. However, as they were going on and on about the trouble I realised that the tank top under my shirt was in full compliance. Instead of putting on more clothes to cover myself up, I simply took off the offending shirt, leaving me far more revealed. You could now make out that I was wearing a bra under my shirt. Scandalous. Security started to yell again and brought me to the office, but they saw no problem with the current outfit I was wearing and sent me off. Moral of the story is that school dress codes are sexist and stupid, as multiple times people have to take off clothes to be in compliance.